Here's more wrestling news for March 7th, 2023, and we're starting off with AEW Revolution, as last weekend's event was a big outing for the Elite, who lost the AEW Trios Championships to the House of Black. This loss comes at an interesting time for Kenny Omega, whose contract with AEW will end this year, and it's no secret that WWE is interested in him. Last month, reports came out that sources in WWE are confident that they'll be able to sign Omega soon enough, but what does Tony Khan think to this? During the press conference after Revolution, Khan was cagey when asked about speculation on Omega's future, simply saying that the former world champion is a fantastic wrestler. Khan didn't go into the rumors that WWE plans to steal Omega away, but did say that he plans on the cleaner remaining with AEW for a very long time. Omega may be a founding member of AEW, but so is Cody Rhodes, who has been treated exceptionally well since returning to WWE. And where would you like to see Omega wrestling in 12 months' time? AEW Revolution 2023 also saw the first final burial match, as Jungle Boy Jack Perry finally got his payback on the despicable Christian Cage. This match stipulation was only confirmed on the final Rampage before Revolution, and an interesting name was the one who made the match come to life. According to PW Insider, the specialist in question was Ellis Edwards, a seasoned stuntman who has worked with WWE in the past, and it was his role to make sure the casket was secure for the bout. The finish of the match saw Perry trap Christian in the casket and secure the lid shut before the box was lowered down, essentially burying the former world champion. The use of caskets in wrestling is always risky, just ask Shawn Michaels and his lower back after the 1998 Royal Rumble, but Edwards' expertise and experience helped to minimize the potential dangers. Whether we see a second final burial match in AEW, that remains to be seen, but if so, Tony Khan can rely on Ellis Edwards to bring his years of expertise to AEW in the hopes of entertaining the fans. It was less than a year ago that Edge formed the Judgment Day with Damian Priest, and since then, the group has undergone some changes. After Rhea Ripley and Finn Balor joined, Edge was ousted from the group, and while Dominic Mysterio is the group's most recent recruit, a WWE Hall of Famer now wants in. On YouTube, Mick Foley sent his video resume to become the newest member of the group, and even donned some purple flannel for the occasion. Foley's resume was somewhat hindered, though, via the comedy antics of his son, who wrote "Help me" on his father's head, a nod to Al Snow, and added a phallic drawing to Mick's face. Mick Foley may be a genuine nice guy, but he would make for an interesting member of the group, and fans should remember that this is the King of the Deathmatch, who left opponents bleeding on several continents. While the video seemed to be somewhat tongue-in-cheek, Foley joining the group would be an interesting call for WWE to make. And would you like to see jolly old Saint Mick as the Judgment Day's newest member? From one faction to another, as Roman Reigns and the Bloodline have been one of the best booked angles in WWE we've ever seen, in a complete U-turn from how things were just a few years ago. After years of WWE trying to push Reigns as a smiling babyface who just always won, the transformation into the Tribal Chief was a much-needed breath of fresh air for his character. Reigns' heel turn came about thanks to his alliance with Paul Heyman, and on the SI Media podcast, the special counsel spoke about the influence Reigns has on his own creative and how he handles creative decisions. There are a lot of people who have worked really hard to make this work. It kind of all filters through Roman Reigns' field, and there are several people that come to me and present things to Roman, and then Roman and I will talk about it and come back with either something that fits into their narrative, or we would hope we could perhaps enhance it, or put it in our own words and come back with, nah, that doesn't work for us, but what about this? And then start a different process where we are bouncing ideas off of them. Reigns' ability to capture the WWE Universe's attention for over 2 years is a testament to his talent, and shows why WWE were foolish to not embrace the heat he generated from fans years earlier. Now, even the biggest critics of Reigns have been won over by the head of the table, and all eyes remain on him ahead of his third straight WrestleMania main event as champion. Since splitting from the Bloodline, Sami Zayn has been one of, if not the most popular superstar on WWE's roster. At Elimination Chamber, Sami got a thunderous show of support from the crowd in his native Montreal, but his more recent return to the Great White North didn't go so well. At a live event in Kitchener, Ontario, Zayn teamed with Ricochet and Braun Strowman to defeat Imperium, and Sami thanked the crowd for their support after the match. Unfortunately for Zayn, he got the name of the city wrong, and after telling the fine folks of Kitchener that he was thrilled to be in Kingston, earned a chorus of boos for his mistake. Zayn did try and save face, saying that he was a heel for so long that it's difficult to break his old habits, and we imagine the Canadian will be triple-checking where he is for all future promos at WWE live events. More from AEW Revolution now, as approximately 9,000 fans watched the show from the Chase Center in San Francisco, but not everyone who showed up for the event got to stay. During the main event between MJF and Bryan Danielson, a fan threw a water bottle onto the arena floor and was promptly ejected from the show. The crowd, noticing what had happened, then chanted "You up," and given that this person could have stayed and watched an exceptional main event had they not thrown the bottle, we have to agree with that chant. PW Insider added that security wasted no time in confronting the fan, as throwing anything at the wrestlers during the show posed a genuine risk to the safety of the performers. AEW events are often known for their rowdy and enthusiastic audience. Incidents like these can pose a danger to both fans and wrestlers, and hopefully the response to this fan will be a warning to anyone who thinks of repeating their behavior. Revolution also marked the return of FTR, who had spent the past couple of months on a hiatus from AEW, and their futures with the company were unclear. It had been reported that the contracts of both men were up in April, and Dax Harwood had spoken on his podcast about possibly leaving, but now we have a clearer picture on their future. According to a new report from PW Insider, it looks like the duo's absence from TV was just a storyline, and the belief backstage is that the pair have signed long-term deals with the promotion. Fans will surely be excited to hear FTR's return to AEW is permanent, and that they will continue to be a dominant force in the tag team division, and will no doubt be looking to hold gold once again soon enough. It wasn't too long ago that WWE confirmed that Brock Lesnar will take on OMOS at WrestleMania in a match that has already sparked backlash from fans. Many see this as a complete waste of Lesnar, who it is believed could be finishing his in-ring career soon enough, but not everyone is against the match. On Twitter, former superstar Enzo Amore made it clear that he thinks the match is money, and told fans, "If you don't like it now, you will later." Amore went on to say that Brock is the best wrestler today by a long shot, and with 3 Raws before WrestleMania, we'll have to see how WWE can win the support of fans for this match. And we're ending today with WWE, as the company hasn't hosted a King of the Ring pay-per-view in over 20 years, but that will be changing soon enough. During Raw, WWE dropped their first promo for the upcoming King of the Ring event, but this show won't just see the crowning of a male monarch. Instead, the event will be King and Queen of the Ring and will take place on Saturday, May 27th in Jeddah in Saudi Arabia. It's interesting that WWE is crowning a Queen of the Ring this year. As for the 2021 tournament won by Zelina Vega, it was made clear that she was the Queen's Crown winner instead of the Queen of the Ring. At the time, some speculated that WWE didn't want a King and Queen of the Ring because the titles sound equal in importance, which may have conflicted with Saudi Arabia's controversial attitudes towards women. If that was indeed the case in 2021, clearly things have changed since then, and which 2 superstars would you like to see ascend to the throne as King and Queen of the Ring this May?